Hello and welcome to the world of Final Fantasy XIV. My name is Brian and this is Work to Game. I'm putting this guide together to hopefully teach you how to use one of these or one of these. Now whether your preference being the PlayStation controller or an Xbox controller, let's go ahead and get those set up. We've got 3 videos here to hopefully teach you everything you need to know to really get started using the controller. The first one being the setup and configuration guide, the second one being simple tips and tricks to how to use the controller, and the third one I'm calling targeting like a boss. You'll see the links to the other videos in the description below, but let us know in the comments what you think, as well as if you have any questions about the controllers and how to use them. You can also check out our controller guides by job, and let us know if you got any thoughts or there's anything that you want to see, and we'll try to do our best to help out with that. But without further ado, let's just do this thing. Welcome to Final Fantasy XIV and getting started with the controller guide. This one being focused in on system configuration and customizing your controller. So we're going to talk about gamepad type, PS4 versus Xbox, settings, configurations, as well as switching to keyboard and mouse from a controller as well. So we're going to go into all of that here. You can first get to the configuration menu from the main menu where you see the Stormblood logo. Clicking on configuration is going to bring up this menu. I'm going to go ahead and drag it over here to the side a little bit, and you can see your various settings. To get into the gamepad settings itself, you can look for the little gamepad icon. Clicking this, you're going to see a lot of different options, so let's go ahead and go over those options themselves. Obviously the first one is Enable Gamepad. If this is off by default, you're not going to have a gamepad enabled. Then you're going to see your device. If you've got more than one device hooked up to your PC, you're going to see that here and now. However, if you're like on a PS4, you really shouldn't have to worry about this. You're going to see your gamepad type. So if you are using a PS4 controller, like this one, you can actually switch so that all the prompts and everything like that are going to show like the various PS4 buttons as opposed to the standard Xbox Windows gamepad options. You can say keep gamepad enabled even when the client is inactive. This is really good in case you step away or you go into another window and you still want to be able to respond. Obviously the game's going to run a little bit slower, but that's okay. You can enable vibration, which I recommend, and any controller that especially is modern has vibration, but it's going to be your preference. You can enable the Autorun feature by using the left bumper or L1 and obviously using your left stick. This Autorun feature is critical, especially in any MMO. I would highly recommend that you get accustomed to it. And you can also enable window zoom by pressing down on the right stick. So with any kind of window active, you can press down on the right stick and it will resize. I'll show that to you in game because it doesn't work here in the system configuration. You can adjust your analog stick sensitivity. You can enable virtual mouse, which I would recommend keeping on, and I'll talk about that in a later video. And then down below you can calibrate your gamepad as well as button configuration. Let's go ahead and go into button configuration now. So in this window you can rekey pretty much your gamepad to your liking. For example, I like my map button to be the Y button. This kind of more or less reminds me of the menu button of the old SNES days. And I like my jump button to be the X button. However, this is reversed by default. Your map button is going to be your X button and your Y button is going to be your jump button. If you want to change that, this is how you do it. You just set the button and what you want it to be. So you can actually reconfigure all of your entire gamepad any way you want. So I would recommend just find out what works for you and stick with that. And at any time, if you mess up, you can always reset it to the default. Now in the game, you can always get to this menu by hitting start and going to system and then system configuration. This is how you can configure everything we just showed you from the main menu, so it's real easy to get to and jump in and out of. Now to enable the controller, that's going to be done under character configuration. You're going to see this little option right here, Gamepad Mode versus Keyboard and Mouse Mode. You can see my entire UI has shifted, all options have changed. So if you are in Gamepad Mode, Mouse Mode essentially, that's, all you have to do is click the button and you're going to be right back into your UI for the gamepad in and of itself. So that's all there is. That's getting started with the controller, how to set it up and configure it in the world of Final Fantasy XIV. Be sure to check out our other videos regarding controller tips and tricks, as well as targeting like a boss here in the other videos as well. I hope this video has been informative. Please let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, and we'd be happy to answer those as best we can. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.
Hey guys, Chris here. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see our next video, go ahead and click right there. If you'd like to see our vlog, click down below. The subscribe button should be right below me here, and you should see all of our contact information. Have a great day, and we will see you next time.